Inside handoff. Oh, on the bootleg. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Bounce it to the outside, trying to stretch that pylon. Stretches, and he is in for the touchdown.
Welcome to Touchdowns and Tailgates, powered by the Fairfield Auto Group. Well, Jimmy Webb, we got 2 weeks in the book. Things are starting to shape up. We're here with Memorial Stadium in the background. Montoursville doing a little practice. Good win by Montoursville, taking care of business against Lewisburg.
Yep, and of course Rocco Polizzi ran wild, 2 touchdowns, and then he also had a kick return, so keeping it moving there.
And young Mr. Bukowski, James Bukowski, a breakout game. He's got the talent. He lost his sophomore year. He looked good. They have weapons and they have Maddox. So good stuff here at Montoursville.
Yep.
Hey, we got to give a shout out down to Montgomery. I'll let you handle that one.
Yeah, Montgomery, another win, 2-0. Coach Diggs off to a 2-0 start. Can't really ask for anything better than that.
We'll be down to see it soon, Coach. And that was a good win for them over Northwest.
Yeah.
Loyal sock, offensive roles. I mean, lots of weapons there, too.
Yeah, someone said this might be the fastest team they had, and with receivers like Gervais, and they have Davey on at running back and Ryan Glunk at receiver, and then, of course, G leading the helm at quarterback. They're going to be a tough team to stop.
And we take a look around. The tough one of the week. Once you got a good win, Coach Tatro will be down. You know that. We got you in a couple of weeks. Try to rotate around here and find the best games of the week. But Williamsport, Altoona, Webb Weekly Live, good matchup, tough loss for the Millionaires.
Yeah, and I think Williamsport's going to see Altoona later down on the road, but tough game, and that's just going to prepare them for the long season, and I think they played pretty well.
And I talked to Coach Cruz, and I told him, you don't want to win the first one against Altoona. I believe they'll see him again, or did they switch back to District 2?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but if they get to play him again, that's the one you want to win.
Yeah.
But hey, here at Montoursville, big game. They're heading up the river here to play Jersey Shore.
Yep.
Always the good rivalry game. Always the good football game. We got it at Webb Weekly Live. The other game will have Mifflin County at Williamsport. Williamsport's home opener. 2 good games. Rich Salonis, Paul Bowe will be there. And we should get out of here. I'll bring Coach Boughton in. We'll take a break for Fairfield, and we'll be right back.
5. The Fairfield 5 is 35. The Fairfield 5 is 35, and we're celebrating at all 5 locations across Central PA. 5 is 35. We're the Fairfield 5 for fantastic selection and service, and we're way past old enough to drive. The Fairfield 5 is 35. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
And we're behind Montoursville's Memorial Stadium at the practice field here. Coach, the grass looks green.
Yeah, keeping it long for this week. So.
And then you get on that turf and it makes you twice as fast,
That's right. That's right.
Hey, another good win against Lewisburg. Tell me about the early going here for the Warriors.
We're just still getting our feet wet. A lot of young kids getting into some new roles and being in new positions and starting for the first time. So we're just trying to get better every week.
And you know, I many moons ago, I loved the edge and loved playing on the outside. And you got tremendous outside players. James Bukowski, breakout performance. Lost the sophomore. I shouldn't say breakout. We know what he has. But he lost last year. Obviously, Rocco stuck his foot and he was gone. Great blocking on a kickoff return. He added 100 yards rushing. Just give me a quick overview of your weapons on offense. Well, and of course, Maddox. I got to give a shout out.
Yeah.
When you
Maddox,
got a senior leadership at the helm, it makes everything easier.
That helps a lot with Maddox at quarterback, running the show. And then Bukowski has just been waiting his time.
Absolutely.
And missed a whole year last year with an injury and has been chomping at the bit to get at it. And finally, last week got his breakout performance a little bit. And we got to have some other guys running the ball around Rocco. Rocco's great, but we have a lot of other athletes that we can.
Absolutely, and we won't talk any more offense. I know we want to talk about defense today.
Sure.
Montoursville Warrior defense been outstanding, solid, and I'll let you kick it off. Overview of your defense this year.
We're just happy. That's our defensive side. The side we had to replace a lot of kids, and we have a lot of kids in new roles, even though they're seniors. They've been around the program for a while, but they're getting their feet wet for the first time as starters, and they're progressing. And you're going to talk to a few of them later on here.
And as far as I think of Montoursville defense over the year, I think hard-nosed, always stops to run. You want to try to beat them with the pass. Has anything changed?
No, nothing's
if you're
really
on the
changed.
other side of the ball. Coach Gravis is up there. We're going to get to him later. What's Coach Gravis, you think? How would he review your defense?
Oh, I think you hit the nail on the head. We're we're going to stop the run, but we have some great athletes playing in that D backfield now too. You know, Isaiah Fenner is doing a great job in the D backfield, made some really big hits last week for us, and we just want to continue to work at that.
And you led me right into it. I watched Penn State play in their defensive secondary, which sometimes is a weakness. And I watched Montoursville, that sometimes you think pick on them. You can't pick on Montoursville's defensive secondary anymore.
No, I think we got some solid kids. Like I said, Isaiah Fenner and Nick Reeder, who are some seniors, bring some senior leadership to the table. Have played a little bit over the last couple of years, and they're just doing a great job for us.
Any young bucks coming along on defense that you want to
shout
out to?
I mean, you're going to see some James Bukowski playing some defense too, and you know Marco Polizzi is doing a great job for us as well at corner, and he's coming into his own, getting better each week.
Marco, of course, the little brother, correct?
Yep, correct.
And how's he do with the ball tucked under his arm? I got, you know, I'm offense, you're offensive line. How does he do with the
does all right,
point of the ball under his arm?
We're gonna try and get him the ball a little bit more at times, and he's not his brother in the backfield, but he can catch the ball really well. So.
Nice, good. So let's talk about it. Great early season matchup, great rivalry. Anytime blue and gold, black and orange play, you're going to take the trip up there Friday night. What do your Warriors have to do to come away with a victory and have a happy bus trip home?
Well, we have to be consistent. You know, that's a great ball club, making a run to the state finals last year. Have a lot of kids back, and Coach Gravish does a great job up there with those kids. And they're always hard-nosed kids. Since I played here, you know, it's always a slobber knocker, so to speak.
That's a great way to put it.
And it's going to be one in the trenches, and we got to get better up front and do a great job up front, and just have to get better each week.
And we've seen the ups and downs of Jersey Shore football over the years. The one thing you knew, they were always going to hit you.
That's right.
They were going to hit
always
you before
physical.
So they're going to hit you during. Well, and Coach Gravish, I mean, he's a gentleman, but that's the stamp of the program.
Yeah,
they're going to hit you.
for sure.
And what he has done is really brought the program into today's times, the way he spreads the ball around. Let's talk about what you have to do to stop him.
Hey, we have to be ready for their tempo. You know,
Yeah.
they go an up-tempo pace, and we're going to try and be ready for that with the kids, and we're working it, but you can't replicate that. So we have to have our kids ready and have our kids conditioned and ready to go on defense.
Simple game.
Yeah.
Block, tackle,
That's right.
run the football.
Do the little things.
Want to give a shout out to anybody?
No shout outs.
No shout outs tonight?
We're just going to work and blue collar and get after it.
Sounds good. And we'll be up there, Webb Weekly Live. We'll be up there. Jamie Spencer,
Yep.
your buddy Mark Messina.
That's
We'll have the
great.
game for you Friday night. For anybody, obviously, it's high school football, so much better to get out in person. Jimmy Webb will be back with some of the Montoursville players. Thanks, Coach, for having us.
Thank you.
Little break. We'll be right back.
Fastman's Speed, Agility, and Quickness Camp. This is where we get it done, improving everybody's quick turnover, everybody's agility, everybody in transitional sprints, all ages, all sports. You want it, we got it. Come to Fastmass.
All right, we're back here at Montoursville with Touchdowns and Tailgates, but this time we have a new group of Warriors, so I'm going to let them all introduce themselves and then we'll get started.
I'm Braden Brown. I'm a senior. I play linebacker and fullback.
I'm Caden Frame. I'm a senior and I play linebacker.
Dylan Blackwell. I'm a senior and I play safety.
So I'll start over here with Dylan, the safety. You were talking to me a little bit. This is your first year playing safety. How did you prepare for that and what kind of got you ready to do that?
All I really did was just watch film from previous games and years and just learn from that and learn from Nick Reeder, another safety that had some playing time in the past.
Awesome. We'll come over here to you. So we got to talking over there, and big win last week. How do you stay ready to go, not get complacent, look to the next week?
So we just don't worry about our past games, and we just worry about the team we're placing up next. We watch a ton of film. We get our reps in during practice, and that usually gets us ready.
That probably makes your coach pretty happy too. So we'll come over to you. You had a bunch of tackles last week. What kind of got you ready, and you were feeling a little bit, so talk about that.
Just coming in, listening to music in the locker room before the game and getting hyped up. And we've been working all summer for moments like this, so I guess just going out there and getting the job done.
And you talked about music. You know it's coming. We'll start with you first. Song that gets you ready for the game.
The song that gets me ready for the game is Money Longer by Lil Uzi Vert.
Collard greens.
Mine's Dreams and Nightmares.
And then shout out one person.
Nick Reeder for the interception last week against Lewisburg.
Isaiah Fenner for laying down that big hit.
Shout out to my boy Rocco for always running hard every play.
All right, that's it from Montoursville. We'll see you at the next stop.
Last year changed so many things, and we made it through. One thing that didn't change is the presence and commitment from the Fairfield Auto Group. We're still here, Pennsylvania strong, and 35 years strong, to service you, your family, and our neighbors. Fairfield, for fantastic deals.
And we're back at them at the west end of Lycoming County, beautiful Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania, on the all-natural grass practice field. Coach Tom Gravish, great to see you.
Great to see you.
And the Bulldogs off to a quick start, 2 wins. I know talking to you off camera, it wasn't a pretty win, but you take one and you take them any way you get them.
Right, we got off to a pretty good start against Bellefonte.
Absolutely.
And we've had a great off season and a great summer camp and Champions Week, and we were 1-0. And we went down to Selinsgrove. Selinsgrove has tough athletes, and they're extremely well coached. And when you play each other as many times as we've played in a 10-year period, there are no secrets or anything like that, and it's tough to play at their stadium. And we didn't play our best football, but I'm proud of our guys for really turning up in the second half and gutting out our second win.
Absolutely. And tell me a little bit about overview. A lot of kids moved on. Jersey Shore football, I admire the program. I talk about it all the time. Fundamentally sound program. But tell us a little bit. Let's start with the coaching staff. I know we have one change there, but run over your coaches.
Yeah, our newest coach is Coach Jacob Anderson. He's a teacher in the Williamsport School District, and it's his first year in the program with us. He's doing a great job, and he's learning from some of the other guys. Coach Alex Jackson, our defensive coordinator, he coaches offensive line. Also on the offensive line, we got Ken Williamson, and he coaches defensive line. Also on the offensive line, we have Chris Bilby, and he also, flips over to the defensive line side. Got Coach Lundy back for, numerous years with us in the program. His 10th year in the program is Coach Jackson as well. He coaches defensive ends and running backs. And also we have Eric Hess. He does a fantastic job coaching our wide receivers, defensive backs. And we've just had a great group of coaches working together and, cooperating. And, we have an awesome group of coaches. And our players really respond to their coaching.
And you absolutely do. And to build the program that you have done here, you have to have great coaches.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And let's talk about the program a little bit. Every year it seems to run through Jersey Shore District Championship, running the state tournament. I got up here and it was filled with young Bulldogs. How many guys are out between the varsity and the middle school team?
Well, I think we're in the low 40s this year with the varsity. However, we only have a limited amount of seniors.
Right.
We're kind of top-ended with juniors and sophomores and a couple freshmen. They have good numbers with the middle school program this year. They're off to a great start. They had 2 shutout victories with the 7th and 8th grade program at Bellefonte, and also the 9th grade game at Bellefonte. So we're real happy with the guys that we have working on the middle school coaching staff, and they're doing a fabulous job.
Always good for the head coach to look over and see all those little Bulldog pups over there coming
Absolutely.
up. Absolutely,
right? And they got them hustling. They're doing the same offense, same defense. They work them real hard, and we're happy to have those guys.
Well, let's talk about what everybody wants to know about. Big game, big rivalry, big District 4 rivalry as long as I can remember. Montoursville coming up here to play the Bulldogs under the lights Friday night. Tell us about the game.
It should be a fantastic game. We really respect their coaching staff. They have great coaches. Such a great tradition, great fan base. You know what I mean? It'll be packed. It's always packed here. It's packed down there. And we just look forward to seeing how we match up and to show that we can play good football against a good quality team in Montoursville. And, let the best team win on Friday.
And we'll have the game for you live, webweeklylive.com, Facebook, YouTube. Jamie Spencer, Mark Mussina. I told Mark Mussina he's got to give Jersey Shore the same amount of props he gives Montoursville.
Mark's a good guy, and he's a fair guy, and he does such a great job with his announcing.
We'll finish up here, and I'll have Jimmy come in and interview some Bulldogs. Obviously, we'll ask questions. What do you need to do to come away with a W Friday?
Yeah, we need to dictate what we do. We know they're going to play great. We just have to play as great as we can play, and I think we're going to be in good shape. It'll be a close football game. We have to be in manageable down and distance situations. Against Selinsgrove, we weren't. And we want Montoursville in unmanageable down and distance situations. We want to play with a little bit extra fire and zip than we did last week. And I'm looking forward to a great football game against Montoursville.
As am I, and I'll probably be watching at home on the big screen, Coach. But good luck Friday night. Always good to come up here. Thanks for the hospitality.
Well, thanks for everything that you do with Webb Weekly and what you do for high school football. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Jimmy Webb will be right back with some Bulldogs.
5. The Fairfield 5 is 35. The Fairfield 5 is 35, and we're celebrating at all 5 locations across Central PA. 5 is 35. We're the Fairfield 5 for fantastic selection and service, and we're way past old enough to drive. The Fairfield 5 is 35. Fairfield for fantastic deals.
All right, we're at Jersey Shore with the Bulldogs. I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves.
My name's Carter Peacock, and I play running back and linebacker.
My name's Caden Hess. I'm a senior, and I play wide receiver and cornerback.
My name's Hayden Packer. I'm a junior, and I play running back and linebacker.
So we'll start over here with you. You admitted started a little slow last week, but you had a plan, and how are you guys going to avoid that this week and start out strong?
Yeah, well, starting this week on Monday, we're just bringing a whole different mentality into this game. Last week we were taking it a little easy, not going to lie, on each other all practice. We weren't hustling, and that transferred right over into the first half of that game, and we aren't going to do that this week. We have a different mentality coming in, and we're coming to bring it.
And I'm sure Coach likes that idea as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come
He's
over
pushing
here.
that idea.
Coach talked about it a little, and you hit on it. This summer worked really hard, got your body right, got everything right to play receiver. So talk me through that a little bit.
We were together all summer, going through camps, and our quarterback and like a bunch of our receivers and skill players, all young kids, coming and meeting like on our own, just we called them captain practices, and all summer we did them every day.
Getting ready for the upcoming season. Yep. Come down to you. You talked about working together as one. Being a running back, you always have to know what the line's doing and vice versa. So talk us through your relationship with the line and give them a shout out, because I'm sure you'd be the first to say you don't do anything without them.
Yeah, I mean, once the line and the running backs and quarterbacks are all working in unison, the offense starts clicking, starts rolling. Jersey Shore with our no huddle offense, I mean, once we start rolling, it's hard to stop us. So that always helps. And then once we're working in line in unison on defense, linebackers with the line hitting our blitz paths, it's all good stuff.
Yeah, I get tired watching you guys because it seems like there's no stop ever. Now time. You guys knew it was coming. We'll start down there with you. Song that gets you ready for the upcoming game.
Song that gets me ready for upcoming games, I'd have to say Time of Dying by 3 Days Grace.
I Stand Alone by Godsmack.
And mine's Second Sucks by A Day to Remember.
All right, and then one shout out. Shout out anyone you want.
I'll shout out my parents. They're always there supporting. So.
My parents as well. One's on the sideline with me, one's in the stands screaming and yelling.
I'm going to give this shout out to my brother, Gabe Packer. He's a former All-State linebacker last year, played with me in the state championship game side by side. So just a great memory to have.
Awesome.
Great job, Jimmy Webb. Good to see you, Bulldogs. Hey, who works with Maz here? I know some of you work out with Maz.
Yep, I have.
She tells me what a hard worker you are and how much effort, and I wanted to pass that along. And it's hard to
get
get Maz to say that.
Yeah, she is.
So, great job. And Jimmy, anything you want to finish up with?
Nope. Tune in to Touchdowns and Tailgates this Friday, Webb Weekly Live and YouTube.
And we have great matchups, the best of high school football, and the best part is going out and see you on young athletes and coaches. See you at the ball game.
Inside handoff. Oh, on the bootleg. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Bounce it to the outside, trying to stretch that pylon. Stretches, and he is in for the touchdown.